commands me like a mysterious stranger, Jira.
Of course, love. Even in a sea of masks, I have eyes only for you.
Ooh, I kind of wanna get with Gerard. Do you guys want to get with Gerard as much as I do? Hi guys, I just want to take a second to thank all my patrons here who have donated to me. No matter how much they've donated to me, it really means a lot to me. And if you guys want, you can check out my Patreon and help support me continue to make yaoi videos. Thanks guys. I don't even know, we're just questioning ourselves because we're a twink. But there is that note that Hazel gave me earlier. I forgot to ask Franz what he thought about it, but perhaps it's better I didn't. It's probably related to what happened before, though I doubt it could be from the murderer. It seems like too blatant of a trap. Damn it all, this is too confusing. I gloomily push my way through the castle doors and into the main hall, intent on returning to my room's solitude for at least a little while. Social gatherings are bad enough without all this deadly intrigue layered on top.
Ah, sir. May I speak with you for a moment?
Is that Silas? I turn to see Silas approaching me from one side of the hall, his long strides carrying him forward quite quickly.
Hello, Silas. What is your fastidious self up to this fine afternoon?
Silas's brow creases slightly, his expression indicating some degree of concern.
Lady Valora came to me just a few minutes ago, seeming
God.
quite distressed. She asked to speak with you, but as I did not know your whereabouts, I directed her to your room instead.
when Rivian got double penetrated, that was a pretty shocking moment. Really came out of left field.
I'm afraid I opened it using the servant's spare key. I hope it was not too invasive of your privacy, but Lady Valora was very distraught indeed.
Yeah, I'm sorry there's no Silas Route 2. They didn't hit that stretch goal. That was really unfortunate, honestly. I wish they did. Oh, lovely. I suppose Linnaeus gave her the briefing. Talk about a nightmare vacation. I almost feel sorry for her.
Well, as long as you didn't rummage through my underwear drawer, I think I can excuse your invasion of my room.
That seems like an action more befitting of Sir Chaumont. If I may say so, sir.
Who the hell is Sir Chaumont? I give Silas a puzzled look at the mention of an unfamiliar name, and he blinks at me curiously.
Sir Franz Chaumont, the nephew of the Peruvian king. I had noticed him following you closely since you arrived, despite his tendency to keep a low profile.
Franz? Nephew of the Peruvian king? Oh, you did a little girly gasp too. I stare blankly at Silas with my jaw agape. Franz is part of a royal family?
Ah, I beg your pardon, sir. I only remember his identity due to my age. He made frequent visits to our kingdom along with the Peruvian ambassador, you see.
I shouldn't pry. Try to get more information. I was using a guide last time I played. I don't know what to pick. Let me look up the guide again, because I have no idea. Which one is this? I shouldn't pry or try to get more information. Which choice is this? Okay, I should try to get more info, apparently. Screw his privacy, right? Alright, more info. I can't constrain my curiosity any longer. I want to learn the truth behind Franz's secretive past, even if it comes back to bite me later. I don't know what it could possibly achieve, but if he's going to insist on sticking to me through this whole celebration, I have a right to be interested in his motives, don't I?
Silas, this is important. What else do you know about Franz? Why he's here, who he's with, for his friends, his enemies?
The butler looks a little taken aback at my not-so-subtle questioning, but his eyes soon glimmer with a sly light.
I am not privy to Sir Chaumont's secrets, I'm afraid, sir. He seems quite taken with you, however. So perhaps you may have some luck asking him yourself.
I silently grit my teeth together in frustration. Silas has to know more than just that. Is he not telling me out of consideration for Franz's privacy?
However, he has also shown a great interest towards the young lady Celeste. He has consistently eyed her since the celebration started, I believe.
The perceptive, or maybe just nosy, butler chuckles a little to himself, shaking his head.
Celeste, is it? I see.
A strange, uncomfortable annoyance tightens in my stomach when I hear Silas's words. I have to remember Franz's playboy appearance isn't just an act. But why does he keep following me around then? Does he think I'll eventually give in to him just because he's tall and charismatic? Well, he's completely out of his mind. I refuse to waste my time on someone like that, regardless of whether he thinks he has my best interests at heart. I wouldn't be surprised if he's been stringing me along with lies all this time, just for amusement's sake, to be quite honest.
Your face has grown rather flushed, sir. Do you require a visit
Oh my
to the
God.
infirmary?
You wonder if Silas is hung? Oh my god, you guys are bad. You guys are bad.
No, nothing like that. I'm fine. I'll be going to my room now, I think. But thanks for your help, Silas.
Of course, sir. Should you need anything, please do not hesitate to request my services.
I offer a slow nod to the butler before turning towards the stairs, closing my eyes with a long exhale.
Oh my god, I'm just as bad? I am not as bad as you guys.
I hardly know what to think anymore. Father, how on earth did you survive playing games like these for 30 years? All this information, misinformation, and conspiracies. It's as if I'm a pawn on some board where I can't see more than one step ahead. Oh my god, it's almost like I'm playing a chess of blades.
Maybe I should give up the aristocracy and become a monk instead.
Yeah, I am innocent, Lindsay. Oh my gosh. No quotation marks.
Mumbling to myself, I return to my room with heavy steps, all but dragging my feet as I head down the corridor. On my way, I pass by a happily chattering couple, probably on their way down to the festival.
I can't wait until the masquerade ball. Are you going to romance me like a mysterious stranger, Gerard?
Of course, love. Even in a sea of masks, I've eyes only for you.
Ooh, I kind of wanna get with Gerard. Do you guys want to get with Gerard as much as I do? Honestly, I'm a little bit moist after that. I'm a little bit turned on. Are you guys as turned on as I am?
I cast the cooing pair a sour glance, but they're too enraptured with each other to even notice me. Disgusting lovebirds. I bet he's probably cheating on the girl with his sister or something.
What kind of thoughts run through Rivian's head?
Fishing out my key, I unlock my room door and step inside, about to let out a heavy sigh of relief.
Rivian, why in the god's name did you not tell me about this last night?
I liked his shrill voice. I'm sorry. Maybe I did.
Ah, I forgot about my uninvited guest. I suppose I should have known she'd be a bit testy over me not giving her all of the details earlier. Valora, who had been primly sitting in the chair by the fireplace, quickly pushes up to her feet and storms over to me.
Ah, apologies, Aunt Valora. I wasn't sure if the Inquisitor was alright with me leaking any sensitive information, you know.
He sounds like a little piggy. Oh my gosh.
Leaking! You know as well as I do that I was to be informed regardless. I've been running around trying to patch up this crisis all morning while you were out goofing around.
Her tongue is so red compared to her pale skin.
Well, that's just not fair, is it? She's the one who's the foreign advisor. What the hell do I have to do with it?
Actually, I was looking into more details about the murder for my own, private investigation, so to speak.
Oh, really? Well, what did you find out? The King's men are investigating as well, but if no culprit is discovered, things will surely end in a crisis.
I can't help but blink a little at her serious questioning. I was expecting her to blow off my investigation, considering how unqualified I am, but maybe she has enough faith in Father to extend me a little as well. Although I can't help but wonder if that's more of a bad thing than a good one.
Not a great deal, unfortunately. I did glean that one of the witnesses is trying to protect some woman, and one of the maids was seen acting suspiciously close to the time of the murder, however.
One of the maids, are you sure about that? I'll have them rounded up and questioned immediately.
Wait, let's not be too hasty. Could I not question the girl myself a bit first? I don't think we should rush to conclusions, you know.
Valora gives me a flat, stern glare, her eyes filled with a skeptical grin.
This is a diplomatic disaster, Rivian. If a culprit is not found and punished, we will never be able to repair relations with Proevia.
His aunt is kind of bitchy. Oh my gosh. What do you mean? Uncensored stuff for what? Straight? I mean, I'd have to play through Straight again to record an uncensored video. Since I played it on stream with you and censored it in real time.
Did she just say the ambassador was from Peruvia? No wonder Franz has been so invested in all of this. As part of the Peruvian royal family.
More importantly, I suspect something very sinister is at work here. This incident reminds me of something that happened years ago. Something that involved a group intent on plunging the continent into chaos.
I already released all of the uncensored videos for Camp Buddy. If you go to my Pornhub account, you'll find it pretty easily.
The chillness in Valora's eyes almost makes me shiver. She looked deadly serious, and I sense an ominous undercurrent in her words.
An underground cult known as the Disciples of Ignatius has been plaguing our government for some time now. They work to destabilize authority, and though we don't know what their true aim is, they are dangerously skilled at what they do.
You think one of their members killed the ambassador, then? Do you think they'll try to strike again?
Her lips press together tightly, and she lowers her voice a little.
I suspect they will. And for your own sake, you had best stop interacting with foreigners at this gathering any more than necessary. We can barely trust those inside our own borders at present, and anything you do may be turned against you.
I swallow, averting my A's a little uneasily. Now that I think about it, Linnea's probably complained to her about Franz's appearance last night, and I'm sure she knows who he is.
You think Taiga will be top or bottom? I'm pretty sure he's versatile. I'm pretty sure I've seen a lot of CGs of him taking it and giving it.
Valora watches me keenly for a moment, and somehow I glimpse the same determination in her expression that I've so often seen on Father's face. Soon, though, she sighs and smooths out her clothes a little, taking a few steps towards the door.
Now I'm going to see about this questioning of the maids. We are sorely lacking in evidence, so I intend to hunt down every bloody clue that I can find. Inform Linnaeus should anything else come to light, Rivian. And make sure not to blemish your father's name by getting caught up in anything else unsavory. The last thing your family needs is a scandal.
With that flippant comment, the old woman offers a sigh before leaving the room, slamming the door behind her. What a bitch!
Old bat.
With a mixture of anxiety and anger, I fold my arms over my chest and pace around the chamber. Franz, could he really be involved in this in a deeper way than I know of? I'm starting to wonder what else he hasn't told me. And if he knows these disciples, or if he could even be one of them. After making sure my door is locked, I head over to the bed and lower myself down to sit on the edge, fishing out the piece of paper from my pocket. I hesitate for a moment, but unfold it to scan over the contents once more, swallowing the foreboding feeling in my throat. Meet me tonight, alone. I have a warning for you.
Who gave us this note?
Despite how clearly dangerous this is, I just can't shake the feeling that it's something more than a trap. If someone had really wanted me dead, surely they could have slid poison into my tea this morning, since apparently I didn't notice them sneaking up behind me. More importantly, meeting this person seems like the only way I can get answers, or at least a clue as to what's going on.
Ew, you need a Goro route? You're nasty, Lindsay.
Maybe I can ask Silas to wait nearby or something just for safety's sake.
Goro is so old and nasty. You like old men, Lindsay? Ew. Since when are you Isaac, Lindsay? Ugh.
I'd ask Franz, except, well, his familiar manner pushed down my guard more than it ever should have. I think I've been trusting him far too much. Besides, there's probably some truth to what my crone of an aunt was saying. He may be planning to betray me when it's most convenient.
Oh, stupid games.
With a yawn, I fall back onto the bed, stretching my arms out as I sink into the fluffy duvet. The early evening sun lazily gleams in through the window, just bright enough to make me feel comfortably warm. My eyes flutter closed, and in the blackness that follows, images from today and last night replay themselves.
He's not that old? He's pretty old. He has white and gray hair.
Blemish my father's name? Ha! I'll find this culprit and I'll show Valora and father that I can live in this cutthroat world as well as they can.
Goro is disgusting. Yeah, absolutely.
And then I'll take a nice, long nap. So chilly.
Goro got that hot bod and big dick. Oh my god, you're nasty.
Nah, where's the blankets? My eyes still closed, I fumble around for the covers hazily. Wait a moment, I'm not under any blankets. Where are my damn blankets? I abruptly force myself upright, glancing around in confusion. Outside my window, the sky is dark. Bloody hell, I must have fallen asleep after I came back from the festival.
Nothing wrong with Goro, you guys are so mean.
Pushing off the bed, I hastily smooth my clothes and hair out, shaking my head to clear the residual drowsiness. I hope I'm not too late for that meeting. To be fair, they did say tonight without any indication of time, so they'd better still be there.
God bless my narcoleptic soul.
After making sure I look at least mostly presentable, I slip out of the corridor, closing my door behind me with a soft click.
Aiden is greater than Goro. Obviously, Aiden is hot.
It's almost eerily quiet, leading me to believe most everyone's already retired to their rooms. I've been so used to hearing the corridors filled with chatter streaming in from the main hall that the silence makes me a little uneasy.
What, are you attracted to Goro because he wears that panda suit? Oh my god, you don't like Aiden, Lindsay? Ew, you sicken me.
My footsteps echo back to me in an ominous rhythm, and I start to unthinkingly hold my breath as I walk along.
Someone's up late. Heading to a midnight meeting with your secret lover.
Who is stuffing their face in front of me? Is your mouth full of cock, you whore? The voice of a girl passing by makes me nearly jump out of my skin. I can't even see where she is in this thick darkness, but the voice doesn't resemble anyone I know. She seems to be chewing on something though, and it smells like one of those delicious cakes I had at the festival earlier.
Are you going to play with some mysterious man? You should be careful. Everyone has so many hidden secrets.
Did they really have her sucking on a dick during this scene? Is this Celeste even? I don't even know who this is.
Yes, well.
Or is this
have
just a
pleasant
random
evening.
person?
With a flustered bow to the unseen maiden, I turn and sprint in the opposite direction, clenching my teeth together. Probably just some drunk noble girl returning to her room, but being reminded of secrets makes my mood immediately darken. She's not wrong. Franz is probably keeping more secrets from me than I can count.
Ugh, God, yes, I know. Goro and Felix are your faves. You like those big bara daddies, and you like those fucking little boyish, barely legal, honestly not even legal twinks.
Before long, I arrive at the grand staircase leading into the main hall. This place, too, is completely silent and pervaded by a thick darkness, to the point where it's practically unrecognizable from its glowing beauty during the day.
It's the girl from the party? Just some random girl? Oh my god! I don't like Shoto. What are you talking about, Lindsay? I only show that to you because I know you like it.
I know it's silly to be so put on edge by the different atmosphere, but I'm ruffled enough from this whole walk into a potential trap business that I think I'm allowed to be a little bit of a scaredy cat.
Any ghosts listening, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Oh my god, we're afraid of ghosts? Why is Rubian such a pussy?
Goosebumps break out on my skin as I descend the stairs and trot towards the side corridor Emily told me about earlier, glancing over my shoulder now and then at various noises of the night. Let's just hope no one follows me down here. I'm not sure what'd be worse, being shanked in the back or being called out for acting like a boy without his teddy bear.
Daddies and bad boys are for you, Goro and Yoichi.
Inside the dark hall, I wind my way past various rooms, all of them clearly more functional and less ornate than the guest chambers upstairs.
Shota's not your cup of tea? You're not attracted to little boys? Like, I'm not sure, Lindsay. I've seen all the furry Shota you've looked at before.
In the dark hall, I wind up my way past various rooms, all of them clearly more functional and less ornate than the guest chambers upstairs. I peek into a number of them and try to spot the portrait that was mentioned in the note, but I can't seem to find it. I huff to myself and anxiously comb through more and more of these seemingly endless rooms, losing my way for a good few minutes. A good sense of direction never was one of my strong suits. Couldn't they have at least drawn me a map on the back of this damn note?
Ah, is this the place?
At last, while walking past an open door, I notice a large and eye-catching painting inside the room. The pompous crown certainly gives it away. So this must be the one. Holding my breath, I tentatively step into the chamber, my eyes darting around to catch any trace of movement.
It's just a joke, haha. You really like legal twinks, though? Well, I'm not sure if Camp Buddy is actually legal, so...
It seems surprisingly empty, however, save for a plethora of crates and boxes.
Hello? Anyone else here for a late-night rendezvous?
When no reply immediately comes, my heart falls into my chest. When no reply immediately comes, Oops, I just said that. Am I too late? Did I miss my chance to finally glean some information?
Oh, you're here.
Is that little bitch? I unconsciously yelp and jump around to face the source of the voice, which stems from the shadowy corner. Oh no, that's Celeste. My gaze falls on a slender girl sitting on the ground, who pushes herself up to her feet as she watches me with a frown.
Celeste? You
Yoshi
wrote
is
this
too
note?
old for Katero. Katero's 18, so it's all legal. So who cares?
Of course I did. Next time, though, could you not make me wait further, please? I fell asleep on the cold floor, you know.
As if her comment was expected to inspire some deep sympathy or guilt inside of me, Celeste pouts, shivering theatrically.
Well, bring a blanket next time then, and be more specific with your cryptic notes.
I can't help but feel a little disappointed and annoyed. This girl, surely she can't have any real information about what's going on. We only met briefly, but she seemed a bit, well, airheaded.
How horrible you are. And here I was, trying to help you. I only met you once, but you made my heart flutter enough that I wanted to warn you.
You think Felix is 17? Oh my god, so see y'all when I'm out of jail? Oh my god, Lindsay.
Warn me? Warn me about what exactly? The upcoming fashion trends or latest hairstyles, perhaps?
He's more like 12. Celeste sighs heavily, shaking her head. Then, after hesitating a moment, she steps a little closer, motioning for me to lean down. I reluctantly comply, tilting my head to her to let her quietly speak into my ear.
I didn't tell you this before, but my father's an ambassador, you know. He knows lots about what's happening, especially because he's good friends with your Inquisitor.
I blink, my nose wrinkling a little at the mention of Linnaeus. More importantly, though, does that mean Celeste is aware of what happened yesterday?
My father survived several sabotage attempts from a cult called the Disciples of Ignatius. And he thinks they killed the Peruvian ambassador to stop the alliance talks going on.
Alliance talks? Don't tell me there's been some sort of secret meeting going on behind all this.
Of course, Papa said the party was a ruse to get ambassadors and nobles from a few countries together to feel out a partnership. It's ruined now, obviously. Matters do tend to do that.
Now that I think about it, what Celeste says makes sense. It's not a coincidence, then, that people with important positions like Linnaeus and Valora are here. Speaking of Valora, she must have known about the talks, not to mention the purpose of the whole party. Oh my god, consider a career as a priest? Oh my god. I wonder what her role in all of this is.
I'm still confused as to how you're involved, though. Do you just eavesdrop on your father's business all day?
Celeste gives me a hurt look for a moment, but then her expression turns a little serious.
Actually, I saw the murderers last night.
I stare at her intently, trying to see if she's playing around or obviously lying, but the girl seems completely lost.
I was walking out for a bit of
Honest.
fresh air after dinner, and suddenly I spotted two figures crouching in the bushes. I couldn't make out who they were.
Oh my
Only
god,
that
what
one
have you
was
come back
big
to?
and wearing something unusually bulky, and the other was much smaller.
I have no idea what you come back to. Lindsay is a little bit... Just Lindsay's being tracked by the FBI right now, so I don't know.
They didn't notice me, thankfully, because they were talking to each other. I saw you too, walking on the other side of the bushes. Didn't you hear them at all?
I can feel the blood draining from my face a little as Celeste recounts her story. Those people whispering, I did hear them right before I encountered Arden, didn't I?
But how'd you know they were murderers? Some shady whispers don't mean they're criminals.
Well, when I started suspecting that something was happening, I hid in the bushes myself. That was when the ambassador came outside. We must have been tricked by one of them because he was completely alone. He headed deeper into the gardens, past where you'd been standing. And when I looked back to the figures, they had disappeared. I had a bad feeling about it, so I went to tell one of the guards. And sure enough, they found the ambassador dead soon after.
An unsettled expression comes across Celeste's face as she lowers her gaze. Although something about her personality tells me she's probably familiar with such grisly things, considering her father's important position.
The murderers didn't see you then? Do you think you're safe?
I'm quite sure I am, but I know they noticed you, Rivian. They stopped whispering when you came close, and they watched you after your cute friend walked up. It's a good thing he found you, honestly. Either way, I think they suspect you saw them, or at least know about them. And one of the new friends I met here told me he accidentally involved you in things last night.
I swallow, feeling small beads of perspiration purl along my hairline. Franz's guess might have been right. Perhaps they are looking for me after all.
Your new friend, eh? Are you talking about that bratty, stammering boy, Alistair?
Hey, I'm trying to get you to Franz's daddy hands as fast as I can. What do you want me to do?
Don't talk about him like that. He's such a darling little thing. Although, he's keeping some kind of secret, I think. He got all nervous when I asked him some questions, and stammered something about protecting someone.
Well, that sounds familiar. That boy definitely has more information than I need, but I just have to find some way to get it out of him.
Anyway, I just wanted to tell you to be careful. If the disciples are behind this, they won't want to leave behind anyone who can know their identities. You could be in real danger.
Ah, that's just lovely. Well, Celeste, you best watch out for yourself too. You might have been spotted as well, and it seems like you saw much more than I did.
Oh my god, is Rivian down for DP with Silas and Franz? Maybe. Maybe. We'll see.
She lets out a little...
It won't be any more surprising than him randomly getting with Saber and... I already forget the other guy's name, but getting with Saber and his friend randomly. Even though, like, Rivian didn't even know his friend. That was so weird.
She lets out a little giggle, shaking her head confidently. I'm really starting to doubt whether she takes all this seriously enough. Life or death matter should not induce giggling.
I can take care of myself. Besides,
Get down!
When an urgent yell suddenly cuts through the air, I instinctively grab Celeste and pull her down to the floor. A split second later, a large crossbow bolt thunks into the wall just behind us. With my heart nearly exploding in my chest, my eyes shoot up to the doorway. There, a heavily armored figure stands with a crossbow pointed directly at us. Is that... No, it can't be. A guard?
It's Franz in a guard suit? We don't know that. Is it? Are you spoiling me? No, why would Franz be trying to kill us? Franz would not be trying to kill us, okay?
The guard grunts in disgust and throws the crossbow to one side, pulling out a blade from his scabbard instead. His focus, however, doesn't seem to be on us anymore. Instead, he turns to the side, suddenly raising his sword defensively. A loud clang resounds throughout the air, and the guard staggers back into the room. The figure who follows after him with a long strides is...
Franz!
Daddy Franz! Daddy Franz is here to save the day, guys! Look at him in all his glory! Before I can even stop myself, I call out Franz's name anxiously. He approaches the guard with an aggressive stance, a piercingly focused look in his eyes. In one hand, Franz holds a long, elegant sword, while the other grips a dagger, the two blades' pointed edges gleaming with lethal sharpness. I wonder if Franz's sword and the guard's dagger are suggestive of their respective endowments. Oh, ha ha ha. Not that I'm interested in Franz's endowment. Celeste backs into a corner, staring at Franz with widened eyes. She looks like she recognizes him. Well, she would, wouldn't she? Silas said Franz was watching her at the party. Bah, this is no time to think about that. The guard, who's just as tall as Franz, and maybe even a little broader, brings his sword down in a savage cut. But Franz darts back, moving surprisingly quickly.
Ugh, my god. Penetrate eel? Oh my god, you're so nasty.
Then, as the guard recovers, Franz dashes back in, swiping at the man's exposed neck. Barely managing to block in time, The guard uses his bulky strength to savagely chop forward, only to be parried with a fast swipe of Franz's dagger. It's clear that Franz is the quicker man, but he's got none of the guard's armor, and his blade won't pierce anywhere but weak spots.
I can dance all night, you know. Better give up while you can, or we'll bore our lovely audience.
You're sure Rivian will handle Daddy Franz's sword? Ugh. You like the way the guard growled? You're excited? Oh my god.
They trade blows back and forth at increasing speed. The guard's movements resembling a field soldier, while Franz's look like a court-trained fencer, elegant and swift. Desperately looking around for a way to help, my eyes fall upon a heavy-looking candlestick lying nearby. I grab hold of it with both hands, hefting its sturdy weight, then focusing my gaze on the guard's back.
Take this, you fat metal can!
Oh god. That's all you can do to help?
With all my strength, I hurl the candlestick towards the armored man. It slams into his flank with an awful mix of a thud and a clang, sending him staggering off balance.
Ugh.
Franz doesn't hesitate for a moment, dashing forward to plant his boot on into the guard's knee. Sure enough, our attacker goes tumbling to the floor, landing headfirst into a heavy crate.
That's got to hurt a little.
Oh my god, forcing with the guards, Celeste and Franz. Oh my god, you're crazy. Oh my lord.
I can't help but wince as the guard's head lolls to one side, the fall likely knocking him completely unconscious. Oh, why do you look so unpleased, Daddy? You beat the man off. I'm all yours now. After sheathing his blade in the scabbards attached to his belt, Franz lowers down to one knee in front of the man's limp form, yanking his helmet off. A broken nose... Wait, the guard's revealed face resembles that of a mercenary more than anything, with a savage scar across one eye, a broken-looking nose, and lips permanently curled into a cruel expression.
Why did a guard attack us? Are we wanted criminals?
Oh my god, stop acting like a pussy bitch.
Celeste's trembling voice comes from where she's still huddled in the corner, biting her lip nervously. I'm a little shaken up too, although an unusual sense of exhilaration permeates me as much as anything else.
Chest of
I'd wager
orgy.
that this is no god. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing, using the armor to try and hide his identity. I'm sure Glasses will love to have a little chat with him in the dungeons. I almost feel sorry for this poor fool.
I study the guard's shape curiously, my mind flitting into the words Celeste was telling me just minutes ago.
Celeste, could this man be one of the figures you saw last night in the bushes?
She blinks at my words, cautiously examining the unconscious man while stepping closer.
I think he's the same one. If he was wearing that armor, then that explains why he looks so bulky.
It seems he wanted to get rid of both of you at once. I bet he was afraid you were getting close to figuring things out.
God, you just want... Otaku boy, you just want, Rivian to be such a slut.
I breathe a silent sigh of relief knowing our attackers will be safely locked up now, yet a sense of uneasiness continues to tingle down my spine.
But Celeste saw two people together last night. There must still be another murderer out there. One clever enough to not get so easily caught like this bastard.
A grim silence follows my words, along with a foreboding cloud that weighs heavily in the air. Rather than feeling safe, I can't help but dread the idea that the second murderer is going to target us even more now that we've captured their co-conspirator.
I mean, was the DP scene with Curon not enough for you, Lindsay? You needed a whole route with him?
After a few tense moments, Franz finally pulls himself back up to his feet, grabbing the guard beneath his arms.
Let's go leave this unpleasant fellow in Sir Four Eyes' tender care, shall we?
Hold on a moment. I want to know why you were spying on Rivian and me first.
Celeste, who appears to have regathered her composure somewhat, trains an accusing glare on Franz. Ooh. Let's save. Okay, guys, it's getting really, really late. So I think I'm actually going to end it here. Bye!